Hello everyone, in this video we talk about Hsrp, Hot Standard Router Protocol. Now, this protocol helps with network redundancy and fault tolerance. Now, this type of protocol it switches traffic to standby router whenever our active router is down. So here so in this protocol we have two routers. So we use a layer 3 switch or we use a router. and also and also this also distributes traffic across different routers. Like I said, either you use a layer 3 switch or you use a router for this protocol. So let's start with, first of all, drawing our network topology. So we come to here, we are using a 2911 router. Then for the switches, we are also using a 3650 switch. Then we also print out our normal switches. I'm just going to keep two normal switches. I'm just going to use four normal switches here. Okay. Then our PCs, two per switch, two per switch, two per switch. Okay. I think three is okay. Okay. So I'm going to do this very fast. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to name these things, then connect them, and also rename them. So that's what I'm going to do now. So the next thing you have to do is to add IP addresses and name the VLANs. So I'm going to start from the switches to start the configuration. So I'll come to IT switch here. Now I'm going to be doing this in the config. Go to my other videos in my channel. You see that I've explained why I'm doing in the config, and also you can do in the CLI, but I'm doing in the config for a faster configuration. So come to VLAN database. This is VLAN 10, and I'm going to name it IT, like the name implies. Settings, I'm going to switch this host name to IT. Then I'm going to name trunk ports. So trunk ports here are the gig 1 and gig 2, like I did here. So I'm going to come down here to gig 1. I've already explained how to do this in the CLI mode in my other videos, but I'm also going to explain it here too. But I'm going to just do here trunk and trunk. Then for the fast internet to connect to VLAN 10, we come here and do interface range FA01 to 24, switch port mode switch port access VLAN 10, and we do that. Then to add IP address in the VLAN 10, we do interface VLAN 10 IP address 192.168.10.2.4 255.255.255.0, and like that we are done. We are not going to add the IP default gateway right now. We are going to add it later. So we are done for here. We have already set IP addresses, and also we come here to in admin 20, and VLAN name will be admin. We add it, go to settings and change the host name to admin, although it really doesn't matter. Then go to gig 01, switch it to trunk, and switch it to trunk. Then here in FA01, just access and make it access VLAN 20. I think instead of just the typing, you just do this as a VLAN 20. So do other ones fast. I don't need to do them because I'm just connected to two interfaces here. Then go to CLI, enter interface VLAN 20, then IP address 192.168.20.4 255.255.255.0. This is the simplest type of IP address I can give it. So this is the subnet max and this is the address subnet max /24. We come to here again. We're going to do everything here to CLI mode now. So we to enable config t, we set our host name as Hsrp, then we name a VLAN. So VLAN 30 like we did. So name it Hsrp, right. So interface gig 01, interface range gig 01 to 2, switch port mode trunk, right. Then we do for the FA, so interface range FA 01 to 24. Okay, 23 mistake, but I'm going to just follow it like that. So you do switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30, right. So we enter interface VLAN 30, IP address 192.168.30.4 255.255.255.0, and like that we are done. So right now we are done for the switches. Then we come to layer 3 switch 1. This is where the work comes in now. Okay, so we come to AC power supply and add a power supply here. So this is where the work comes in now in the switch. So first things first, we wait for it to finish booting. As we are waiting for it to boot, come here too and add an AC power supply. What's this? Cover plate. Okay. Okay, cover plate is like this. Okay, I didn't really know that. But yes, so we just wait for it to power on, and it has powered on. You can come here to fast forward. So first things first, we make here trunk port, make here trunk port, and make here trunk port. We are not going to make gig 101 trunk port. We're just going to make these three here trunk ports. So come to here. 2 is already trunk. It makes it trunk port immediately. Automatically makes it trunk port immediately. So yeah, you have already made right here trunk. So next thing we are going to do is now do the Hsrp and also configure the VLANs. So to configure VLAN, you are going to use here, you are going to configure 10 IT, you configure 20 admin, you configure 30 HR, and we now go here exit. So we start with interface VLAN 10 as usual. That's how we start it. Then we add the IP address 192.168.10.2. This we have 2 and the other one we have 3, and that's why the switch had 4. I hope you understand. Okay, 255 255.255.255.0. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is to add the virtual router IP. They add the virtual router IP address and also configure Hsrp. So first things first, you do is standby. In case you don't know, you just press this unknown sign, then or question mark sign, then it will bring out a list. So standby we give the priority number first, the group number I mean. So the group number is 10. The group number is going to be the same with this one. So standby number is 10. Then we now give the priority number. The priority. So in priority, the the priority of the active router has to be bigger than the priority of the standby router. So if the active router, which is this one, is 100, the standby router here will be 50. So I'm going to add priority as 100. Okay, then we add the IP address standby. Remember the group number 10. Then we add address, IP address. Okay, you don't need to write IP address. So 192.168.10.1. Okay, we set that, and as we did this right here, we are going to do it for interface VLAN 22. So remember, you first add IP address 192.168.20.2, 255.255.255. Okay, it's, as you can see, it's changed from standby to active 255.0. Okay, then you do standby 10. Remember, 10 is the group number. Priority 100. Okay, then standby 10 IP 192.168.20.1. Okay, do right. We enter interface VLAN 30. I'm going to copy this, paste it. It's going to be 3. Yeah. Oh, sorry. 2, 3. Okay. Then standby 10 priority 100. Then standby 10 IP 192.168.30.1. And like that we are done. And like that we are done with this. We are done with the layer 3 switch. And then what about, you are going to ask yourself, what about this? So in this layer here, we're going to make this a no switch port. This port right here, we're going to make it a no switch port. So it can have an IP address. It's not necessarily must, but I like doing it. So come to config, just place here, go back to CLI and do those switch ports and do right. So yeah, we gave it a no switch port. So I'm going to do this 192.168.40.2. I don't, okay, let's don't suffer ourselves in the IP address. Let's just be giving it 255.255.0. It's not a must. In a sense, we should have actually given it, okay. In the right mind, we should have used this. This is a perfect one for it. Just giving it two IP, that's this one and this, and you now use the other side for this one and also this one to avoid complications. Yeah. So 252 is /30, which gives it four hosts, one for the network address, one for the broadcast, then two for the usable host. So you are using 252. If you don't know subnetting, tell me in the comment section. I'll make a video on subnetting. So like that, we are done for layer 3 switch 1. We come to layer 3 switch 2 and do the exact same thing we did. So come to config, So what we are going to do now is shake shake for it. So we are going to do show show stand. Okay. So you see our standby routers there. VLAN 10 it is standby, VLAN 20 standby, and VLAN 30 standby. So the next thing we're going to do is to actually name the new switch port. We're going to give it an IP address. So I'm going to give 192.168.40.5.252. Okay, why I'm giving it dot .5, like I said, the first one is dot slash 30 has four network address, which is 1 2 3 4, and the other one will start from here 5. Sorry, I should have named this 6. Yeah, 5, I'm correct, 5. So I'm going to teach subnetting later. So in this one that has in this one, the network addresses here are, I'm going to write that in a book now, notes, to make it much more easier for you guys to understand. In this one, the network addresses here are from 0 to has 0 to 3, which is 0 is the network address, 3 is the broadcast, then 1 and 2 is the usable host. And the same thing here, we have 4 to 7, whereby 4 is the network address, 7 is the broadcast, and 5 and 6 are the usable host. So that's what we did here. That's why here is 1 and here is 5. And if here is 1, that means here will be 2, and here, if here is 5, that means here will be 6. So very simple. I'm not going to configure too much in the browser. Come to the 01, turn it on, give your IP address. This should be 3 as 252. Then come to the 02, sorry, come to put it 2 252. Okay, 6. Okay, and like that we are done with configuring the router. And so now we are done with configurations. In the next video, I'm going to use DHCP so that it will be easier to give PCs IP address. But for now, we are going to just use static IP addressing to test our configuration. So come to desktop and give all the PCs here's IP address according to their VLANs. 10.7. And we have finished configuring the IP addresses for the PCs. So now we test and ping PCs. So come to PC0 and ping 192.168.20.7, and we wait for it to see if it is going to ping it. Dot 7 is this IP address here. Yes, dot 7 is this one here. So we try and see if it's going to ping it. Okay, it didn't ping it. We try the IP, we try the default gateway first. Okay, I found a reason it is not pinging inter-vlan, so I didn't set the default gateways in the switches. Remember I told you are going to come back to it. So come back to our switches config, enable config t, and come to the interface VLANs and add default gateways. Do the same for all other ones. Okay. And then after you set the IP default gateway, you come to the layer 3 switches also. Then we enable inter-VLAN routing by enabling routing in total. So we do IP routing. Come to the second switch and also IP routing. Finish setting up IP routing in the layer 1 and the layer 2 switch and also adding default gateways. We can now ping PC0. So we come to command prompt and try it again. And it's going to work this time around. Okay, as you can see, it has worked magnificently. So we ping from PC2 again. We ping the address here. We are pinging this one, dot 7, and it worked. And this is it for Hsrp, hot standby router protocol. And in the next video, we're going to create DHCP pools. We're going to create DHCP in the router, and we're going to also create DHCP in the switches. Also, we're going to make a DHCP server, an external DHCP server. We're going to do all these in my next tutorial, maybe 2 tutorials. I'll cover it up, or 1 tutorial, depending on how long the video will be. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, comment what you don't understand in the video. Thank you. This is Chubby Tech, and I'm a network guy. Thank you.